What's up guys, it's Faze, and this video is about how I got into powerlifting as a Cambridge student and my journey to University World Championships in Estonia. So I first got into powerlifting about this time last year when my friend who was on the powerlifting team for Cambridge told me that I should consider giving it a go. And now he's been trying to recruit me for about 2 years now, but I initially didn't want to do it because I said my bench press probably isn't strong enough. My squat, I don't really know how to squat. So I always told myself I wasn't good enough. But something in my heart told me, let me just give this a go. So at the start of last academic year, I went to the Sports Freshers Fair and I met a few people on the team and they really said, look, you have potential, we've seen what you've been doing, give it a go. So yeah, the rest is history and I've loved every minute of it since. So not a lot of people know that you can actually represent Great Britain as a student doing international sports. So for me, there was 2 key moments that led to my selection. And the first one was my first ever competition, which was the varsity. So the powerlifting competition between Cambridge and Oxford, which we ended up winning. And I used my total, so what I did on the day, to qualify me for British University Championships. Which brings me on to the second key moment, which was coming third at Bucks. So I did really well, probably better than I could have imagined. And I ended up finishing on the podium, which gave me the opportunity to be selected for Team GB. And yeah, accepted my invite. And I'm now 4 weeks away from my third competition, which would be University World Championships. So personally, I think being a student at university, Cambridge specifically, put me in a good position to be able to balance powerlifting and my studies. So at Cambridge, we're used to having a really busy schedule, a lot of supervisions, a lot of time in the lab. So knowing how to balance that in the past has helped me to say, okay, I'm gonna section my time. I know that this period of the day is for training, this bit is for studying. For example, I might have a piece of work that's due the next day, so I'll know that I have to really focus on that before I even go to training. And then once I'm at training, I know that I don't have to think about work. So one thing I really say to students is to try and find things that can take you away from your work. For me, I know that lifting is a really good way to de-stress, and I know that once I'm under the bar or once I'm, pressing the weight, there's nothing else that can be really on my mind than, lifting the weight. So, it's a good way to, take your mind off studies or anything that's going on in your life. So I think Cambridge has a really good support system if you're a student that's trying to balance studies and sports. We have a sports center that for me personally is really close to my department. So it means that I can do my work in the department and know that I can come right across the road to the sports center where I can do my sessions and train quite efficiently. Within the actual powerlifting club, we have welfare officers who you can go to speak to if you're struggling with anything or you just want someone to speak to. So, that's a really good thing to have as well, and it allows us to feel supported with whatever we might be going through. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where my academic and my sports career can go to. For example, within powerlifting, I want to do the Open Nationals, which would hopefully give me the opportunity to represent GB on an international stage again. That's a future aspiration. And within academics, I'm interested in engineering and also entrepreneurship. So hopefully in the next coming years, I'll be able to focus more time on that. But I definitely want to be able to balance both of them and still make sure I'm pursuing both the sports side and my career. So my advice to students who are aspiring to excel in both of their studies and their sports is to not let anybody limit you. So not let anyone or anything limit you, especially yourself, because I think some people can be their own worst enemies when it comes to telling themselves they're not good enough to do certain things. Like I said at the beginning, I was victim of this. I used to say I wasn't strong enough for powerlifting, I wasn't good enough at certain lifts, but all you can do is try and train. Nobody was born a professional overnight. Nobody was born a champion overnight. So it's all about hard work and determination and really how much do you want it. Another bit of advice I would say is to try and not compare yourself to other people, which can be very difficult, I admit, where you see some people on social media lifting way more than you, or even in another sport, they're just, you know, very good at it. And also your friends as well, they can be much better than you at something. But the best thing is to look at yourself and just see how much progress you've made. That's a very good way to keep yourself motivated, rather than looking at somebody else who you don't really know how long they've been doing the sport or how long they train. So comparing yourself to yourself is always the best way to go, and, you know, try and block out the outside noise. So hopefully that's given you a little insight into how I got into powerlifting, my journey in this sport so far, and how I balance being a student with being a powerlifter. So wish me good luck as I prepare for University World Championships, and I'll see you in the next video.